I want to say Barak de Yahweh, Barak de Yahushua, Barak de Yahweh, Barak de Yahushua, Baha Shem Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. And salutations to you brothers out there doing this work in true sincerity. I like to say Mawafla Babel, which is death to Babylon. And Lord willing, this is edifying to you brothers out there that's doing this work in true sincerity. Yeah, so this is Ephesians 6:10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, right? And it's truth, you want to be strong, man. You don't want to be in your emotions. When things happen, it happens through the spirit. You have to always look at things in a spiritual aspect. If you're in this truth, then you have to be a spiritual man. You're a spiritual man. The natural man isn't going to receive the things of the spirit, but a spiritual man will receive the things of the spirit. You got dudes who get into their emotions because they get rebuked or they get kicked out. The thing is, man, is that when you getting rebuked, really you just want to take it. You say your opinion, you say what you got to say, but you take the rebuke. The thing is that you got dudes who's in this thing who's not used to getting rebuked, and when it comes to them being rebuked, they can't take it. They get emotional and they do things to discourage, everybody else that is around them. Again, the scripture says, finally, brethren, be strong in the Lord. Be strong in Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. Walk this walk the way you're supposed to walk it. Because when you have dudes, I taught them, they was learned under me and things like that, man. Brothers are learned through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, man. Though the Lord have to use men in this thing, the Lord teaches brothers through you. But eventually, the Lord can get rid of niggas that have taught other brothers to come into this truth. And if you can't look at that in a spiritual aspect, that means the spirit is beginning to leave you and you don't notice it. I always say this, man. Do a crazy person know that they're crazy? Hell no. So do a dude that have demons on him know he have demons on him? No, man. Unless somebody tell you do. That's in the truth. So again, Ephesians 6:10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might, man. Another form of being strong in the Lord is staying in these scriptures, always walking circumspectly and always respecting the brothers, always respecting the brothers, no matter if they have something to say or no matter if they have an opinion to speak. You have to listen to them, man. And if you're not willing to listen to them, then eventually the Lord gonna deal with you. This is Proverbs 21:2. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the heart. So when you go in that word heart, is lahab, which mean what? Mind, man. So the Lord will deal, man. Because every man is right in his own eyes. You're not gonna want to believe that you was wrong. Hey, what man wants to feel like they was wrong? No man. But eventually, once you begin to pray and fast, you will see that you were wrong. If the spirit is on you to see those things, because you got dudes who don't see those things. You can make little comments, like real quick. I wanted to bring this up. The Sakari camp, I was telling the brothers as well, but the Sakari camp, they was doing a live show, and I put a comment on there. I believe going back into 1 Corinthians the 11th chapter, maybe it's the 11th to 13th chapter. But I told them, I said, look, man, y'all got dudes out there teaching with your head on. Instead of being humble and saying, hey, yeah, Khan, hey, man, I'm going to have him take the head off. On the comment board, you had one dude that said Khan Salakia, but there was another dude, which I believe he was probably one of the heads of the camp. He said, man, the laws ain't established. He said, what did he say? He said, not all laws are expedient. And, but before, Salakia, before he said that, he was like, where did that say that in the law? And I quoted the scripture, And I said, did not Paul say, for is it a shame for a man to have his head covered, for it is the glory of the Lord? And what did he say? He said, for not all laws are expedient. Then he sent a message and said, are you a worshiper of Paul? And I was like, what? You know, you just quoted a scripture from Paul. But it then, you know, I quoted Titus, where the scripture says, for those who believe they worship the Lord, no, not of the Lord. And then they cut me off, man. They blocked me from the message board. Why? Because dudes cannot take rebuke or reproof. They can't take correction. Jake cannot take correction, man. Though correction is right there, Jake cannot take fucking correction. Jake do not want to believe that he is in the wrong. No, man, you can't. If Jake can't believe he was in the wrong, then guess what, man? You can't be in this truth. You can't walk the walks of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I'm going to bring this back. This is Proverbs 21:2. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes. Right, man. Jake just highly believe that he's right in his own eyes. Jake don't want to be told shit. And again, what brother wants to be told shit? What brother wants to say that they was in the wrong? But a man that could take rebuke, he'll love you for it, man. Cause because through the spirit, if Yahweh Shem Yahushua is dealing with him in the spirit, he's gonna see like, damn, I was in the wrong. But instead, if he a nigga and the spirit ain't dealing with him, then what do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna reject it. He might hate you for it. You know, and he might turn around and try to turn brothers against you, man. You know, but this is the mind frame, the mind state of Jake. You know, that's why, again, going back to Ephesians, the 6th chapter, the scripture says, be ye strong in the Lord. You have to be able to handle those things. As a soldier of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you have to be able to handle those things. Now, you might go off, you might do things in the truth to offend brothers here and there, but at the end of the day, you're wise enough to know how you need to deal with those situations. You got dudes in the truth, dudes that were in the truth or doing their own things. Those are the dudes that wasn't wise enough to deal with the situation. So since they're gone and they're out doing their own thing, now that's when they want to justify themselves. So again, Proverbs 21:2, every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts. You know, you got to walk in the spirit in this thing. That's what you have to do. And you know what? That's what I'm going to grab right now. One of my favorite chapters is Galatians 5:16. It says, this I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Right? Your own damn emotions and shit. Your own damn emotions is part of you fulfilling the lust of the flesh and not looking at things spiritually. Again, a man is only right in his own fucking eyes, man. Even though you'll have many, it's like Jake, real quick, Jake could be at court, you know, well, let's start off this way. Jake could commit a murder, right? He'd clean his steps. Jake could walk out the window because the window is broken. Jake could climb out the window and scratch himself. Now he left evidence. You see, and then Jake will leave, go on about his business. He killed somebody. He got the money all together and everything like that. About to have a good old time. Police knocking on the door, blaming him for a murder. And what Jake doing in the courtroom? Jake lying his ass off. I ain't do it. I ain't do nothing. I ain't just trying to justify himself. And they show Jake the evidence. Like, yeah, you know, when you was climbing out the window, you scratch yourself. We got evidence of your blood on the window. And Jake, being a nigga as he is, will still try to justify himself. That's just the demons that's on Jake. You know, and Jake won't do anything to get them demons off because, again, Jake believes that he's right in his own damn eyes, man. Galatians 5:16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to another, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. So even though you want to do this thing the right way, you want brothers, you want to be out teaching with brothers, but your lust or your emotion is overlapping your judgment and overlapping your thought process. Why? Because you're too damn emotional. This thing isn't about emotions. You can't be like a fucking woman and try to justify yourself. Be strong in the Lord. Walk this thing, endure hardness, endure the adversity, endure rebuke. Take it how it is, man. You know? But again, the Spirit of the Lord have to be upon you to be able to see those things. Again, a spiritual man will receive it, but a natural man won't, man. Yeah, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it from there, man. You know, I wasn't going to let it, last long, anything like that. But, you know, man, yeah, you know, be strong, man. And endure this thing no matter what obstacles the Lord put in front of you. You have to be able to, run and jump over that obstacle. You know, duck, you know, do what you can to get over that shit. You know, but I like to say Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. And salutation to you brothers out there that's doing this work of truth sincerity. I like to say Mawafla Babel, which is death to Babylon. Again, be you strong in the Lord. I like to say Shalom.